everybody, it's Wednesday. I'm here with my friend Angel again. She's been on this channel before. We did curating a TBR for people we didn't really know.
Yes.
Today we're going to be talking about another book that we just saw the movie of.
Twice.
Yeah, I've seen it 3 times, but
we saw it twice together.
We saw it twice together, and it's Simon. Love Simon is the movie. Simon versus the Homo Sapiens Agenda is the book. I read the book so quickly right before the movie came out that I barely remember a lot of the things from the book that aren't in the movie, but we're going to talk about both as much as we can because we really like both. So this video is most definitely going to have spoilers. If you don't want to watch it because of the spoilers, I totally get that, and you can come back when you either see the movie or read the book or both. In the meantime, if you don't care about the spoilers because it's been out for so long, enjoy what we have to say, I guess.
Justice for Alice, because I liked her in the book and she wasn't in the movie, and at the end with her boyfriend they like set it up so Simon and Blue could go have some alone time, and she wasn't in the movie, and I think she would have been a really cute character. I
have the special edition with exclusive bonus material, and really that just means an interview. Becky talks about how they cut Alice out of the script, and she was like, if any character is gonna get cut, I guess the one I'm the least sad about leaving is Alice. She has the least amount to do with the plot until the very end.
You know what the family dynamics really remind me of is the Laura Jean series. Simon is Laura Jean, the main character. Alice is Margot, the one who goes to college, and then Nora is Kitty, the annoying little sister. Yeah,
I actually love every character except for Martin. He is the only one that I actively do not like.
I mean, I wouldn't say Martin doesn't have any redeeming qualities, but he's just too much. I like to see at least any kind of good in any person.
As a queer person who has had to come out, watching what Martin does for his own benefit makes it very difficult for me to want to forgive him for anything.
I mean, what he did is totally terrible and like inexcusable.
I don't think he's like the scum of the earth. I just think he made some really bad decisions that really aren't redeemable.
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
He's pretty dumb.
Yeah.
I think he's even worse in the movie.
If this movie had come out in like 1983, Martin would have been the main character, and the shit that he pulls in the Waffle House would have gotten him the girl in the end. It like does and doesn't happen in the book, right? Like he doesn't do the same exact thing.
I don't think so, no.
They go to a Waffle House and he embarrasses her, but not in the same way. No. It's not quite as aggressive, and I think that's why he's a little bit less threatening in the book than he is in the movie, is because he's very much more like an upfront, aggressive theater kid.
And I do love that there was theater in this and that it focused a lot on that. As a former thespian, True Pride 165, I feel like you don't see theater a lot in YA. It's always like sports or I don't know, something like that. Going into this book, I wasn't expecting that Simon had such a good friend group.
In any other teen movie, even now, Simon would be like part of the cool kid group, especially when you compare them to Martin and like his friend group.
Like jocks and stuff?
Kind of, yeah.
Because he was friends with like some, you know, Nick played soccer.
Yeah, Abby and Simon do theater, and it's totally like a normal thing.
And that's what I liked about this, is that they're not like the butt of the joke.
I mean,
everyone
Cal
can coexist.
Price, who's one of my favorite side characters, he's in the theater troupe with them, and he's genuinely a good, well-liked person. Cal gets along with a lot of people, and I like him a lot.
I did like the trope or cliche of like the popular theater girl who's like always the star, Taylor. Like she's almost the Sharpay Evans of this.
And as far as Simon's little friend group goes, I love every one of his friends. I didn't know if I was gonna like Abby. I identify a lot with Leah for a lot of reasons, but I like Abby a lot. Love Nick. He's lovable, he's Jewish, so I like that about him. The thing about Leah, I actually talked about this with Sarah when she finished the audiobook, and she was talking about how like Leah gets very irrationally angry at Simon for talking to Abby before he talks to her because they've been friends for so long. Coming from the perspective of a fat high schooler who had a lot of people that I talked to, but not a lot of really close friends. And then the close friends that I did have had other friends that I never really connected with because I was insecure about whether or not they liked me. I can understand where Leah is coming from with that, because when you trust very few people, you expect them, whether or not you realize it, to come to you before they go to anybody else. Leah's my favorite character, and I'm really glad that she's getting her own book for this reason, because I feel a lot of the things, or I have felt a lot of the things that she feels. And she's bi, so there's that.
Which you don't know in this book, do you?
I don't think so. I think
only know because we know.
Because Becky talks about it for Leah on the offbeat.
Right.
Doesn't Garrett like have a crush on Leah? Like Simon notices that Garrett
in the book
like makes eyes with Leah or something.
Yeah.
When I first started the book, I couldn't distinguish Bram from Garrett. I thought they were the same person because they're barely ever there.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh yeah, Bram can't be blue because Bram's the one that has a crush on Leah.
Personally, I think I liked movie Leah better than book Leah. Probably because I didn't relate to her on your level that you did, which is totally cool. Book Leah kind of annoyed me at times. I'm like, girl, just calm down. So I think we had different experiences, and that's why we're having different like reactions.
By the time that I read this, I had already pre-ordered Leah, knowing that it was going to be about a fat bisexual character.
Also, I just love Catherine Langford. I think she's gorgeous and adorable, and I loved her portrayal of Leah. So
I wish they had gotten a fat actress to play her, specifically because that's such a big thing with Leah, but I didn't mind her portrayal of the character herself.
I'm like a celebrity driven person. I think that's why I liked Catherine Langford so much as Leah rather than book Leah.
There were some really good movie Leah moments.
Yeah.
My favorite one is after the party, after the Halloween party. She's telling him, I'm not a casual person, and there's a miscommunication there.
Yeah.
That was the second most resonant part of the movie for me on a very personal level.
So good. What did we think of Leah? She actually likes Simon
instead of Nick.
Yeah.
She likes Nick in the book. I think it definitely like shows Simon making a lot more mistakes than the book does.
And he just misses so much.
Yeah. He's completely unobservant. He's like Harry Potter.
I was not expecting that at all in the movie because they really make it out to seem like she has feelings for Nick. Because with the coffee, she's like, oh, what, are you her barista now? That's kind of a problem I have with maybe the movie or Leah, is that like, why did they make those decisions?
Yeah.
Because that was making her unlikable.
She is very hostile towards Abby in the book.
Yeah.
That I told Sarah that I could also understand. Again, because you have these insecurities of like, I have very few close friends. I rely on them for a lot. And so when they have somebody new come in, it feels like a betrayal.
And she was in love with Nick and Nick was in love with Abby.
Yeah.
So, you know.
That especially builds up to, this is a betrayal of my trust.
Yeah. I did like in the movie how Leah and Abby seemed to actually be friends. That was cute. It's a great, accurate portrayal of high school because when I was in high school and had a huge crush on a friend and he got a girlfriend, I was like, I am not going to be friends with the girl. She didn't even go to our school.
Is Nick black in the book? I can't remember.
I don't think so.
It's not specified.
I don't think it is.
When I looked through the cast list and I was like, that is definitely not a white actor playing this character. I was like, yes. Also like,
Bram specific?
Bram, yes. Bram is
okay.
black, gay, and Jewish in the book. They didn't have him talk about Elliott Smith like at all in the movie.
Right. Blue gives him an Elliott Smith shirt in his locker. Right?
Yeah, okay. I totally forgot about that until I thought about it after we saw the movie.
Why did they change the musical? Because I have seen other people say that there is no high school where they can do cabaret.
No, their high school, that is a very liberal school in Georgia. Nobody has the right to complain about gay people at the school if they're allowed to do cabaret.
Yeah. They could have done any other show.
Yeah.
Hello, Dolly?
Okay, yeah.
They did that. I'm sure there's a reason, but I don't know what it is.
We haven't talked about Miss Albright, who is a perfect gem, and I love her.
Has the best one-liners.
She was an extra in The Lion King.
She was. She's gonna sell that radio and get her tubes tied. Love her.
And the guy from Arrested Development as the vice principal.
Oh my gosh, Tony Hale. The little rainbow pride flag that he has on is just everything, because the camera's like far away and then it slowly goes into him.
Like you can see it from far away
of
too.
Course.
Like the principals and vice principals in 80s teen movies like Ferris Bueller, The Breakfast Club, they're all like abusive assholes.
Yeah. My favorite moment of life is when Blue is revealed at the fair and the entire theater is just like, and we heard people like, I knew it. And then when they kiss and everyone's applauding and cheering, and I'm like, yes, this is so pure. I love seeing a good movie reaction, and it's just a good romantic comedy.
It's wholesome. There were other people that I've seen that were like, yes, it was good. It's not universal. It's not as universal of an experience as everybody thinks it is. That's totally fine. I love this movie, and I did see a lot of the things that I went through in it. I also saw things that I didn't go through, but I recognized other queer people might have. I did see an article going around about how effeminate gay men felt very excluded from it. They're allowed to have that, absolutely allowed to have that kind of reaction. They clearly had a different interpretation of Ethan than I did.
Yeah, that's it.
Ethan also doesn't represent me. So if he didn't work for the people that he was supposed to represent, I'm not gonna tell you you're wrong about that. So one of the things that I didn't like about the book that I liked that they changed in the movie is his parents' reaction. And it's specifically to the reaction of him coming home drunk. Yes, he shouldn't have gotten drunk in the first place, but he was with his friends.
Yeah.
He didn't drive. Simon didn't make the best decision, but he also like hasn't hurt himself or other people. He was like a responsible drunk. Yeah, kind of. And then the other thing was his father's reaction to him saying, "I'm gay, you need to stop making these jokes." Where Jack in the book just like has a temper tantrum. It's a lot more subtle in the movie, and I liked that, where Jack just feels like his family is like ganging up on him, and so he has to remove himself from the situation, but he eventually comes around and realizes that he was wrong. And then his whole conversation with Simon about like, I should have known 4 years and I should have known. Like that was a really well written and well acted scene too.
It was great acting on Josh Duhamel's part and great casting. Humor is a popular coping mechanism, so it's something that, you know, he doesn't understand entirely because he was from a different generation and things have changed, so that's his way of like trying to process it.
Yeah.
And it comes across as like a little uncomfortable, like, okay, Dad.
But he learns is the thing, like he learns that that is not really acceptable. In the movie, Bram says that the party is gonna be on Friday night. And then Simon tells Martin that it's gonna be on Saturday night. And so I'm here sitting watching for all those details thinking that Simon is trying to play a prank on Martin and that Martin is gonna show up to the party on the wrong night. And it's just that I guess Nick Robinson said the wrong day or something.
And no one noticed it.
I'm a little sad that the gay bar scene didn't make it into the movie.
I heard it's supposed to be on a DVD.
Yes, that's what I've also heard. If you haven't read Simon vs. the Homo Sapiens Agenda already, it's kind of spoiled for you at this point in the video, but you should go read it. It's really cute. Couldn't put it down. Thank you so much for watching this video. If you liked it, go ahead and click the little bell next to the subscribe button below so that you don't miss any of our new videos. If you're not already subscribed to The Princess and the Scrivener, please do so down below, especially if you'd like to see more videos on Disney, intersectional feminism, pop culture critiques, and more. I saw that. Go check out Angel's channel. The link is in the cards as well as in the doobly-doo below. Sarah, we'll see you next week. Look at this princess. She's so cute. Princess. Hello. I love you.